I have problems with other people. Hi, this is Ella from joyfulnewlife.com. I help people discover the best version of themselves in a joyful life that begins with just one small step a day. So today we're going to talk about you having problems with other people in your life. Are you going through difficult times in your relationships, either with friends, family members, or maybe other people in your life? It is it's so hard to go through life when you feel hurt by other people in your life, or when you hurt them, or when there is a discord and you don't know how to fix it. You're running in circles. You're trying to yell at each other and repeating the same things over again without solving the problems. You may be angry at others' behaviors towards you, or in general, their stupid behavior. It just makes you upset. You may feel you are right and they're clearly wrong, right? You find yourself judging others, unable to forgive them, or unable to forgive yourself, unable to work things out. You may be so hurt from your past relationship that you have blocked your heart, and you are afraid to build meaningful connections with others or open yourself up for romantic love, or you're holding back and you are unable to love with your whole heart. Lots of people think that being in a relationship only applies to romantic couples. But even if you are single, you are in relationships with other people, be it your friends, your family members, your co-workers. You're in relationship with your neighbors, even people driving the cars on the same road or standing in the same line in the grocery store. You are human living on the planet. You are in relationships with other people. You even still have relationship with the people that you left in the past, because the memory of them lingers in your heart and lingers in your mind. Sometimes it is a good relationship memory, and sometimes it's painful and it's unresolved properly. Not resolved properly. Today I will ask you to be mindful of all the relationships in your life and to make peace with all of them, including making peace with yourself, with God, or whatever higher power you believe in. And of course, with other people. I hope you know it, and if you don't believe it yet, I am here to tell you that you are one of wonderful and beloved being. You came to this world, to this life, at this particular time, and at this particular location and circumstances that you are dealing with a very good and important purpose. Nothing in universe is a mistake. You and your life are not a mistake. You and your life are so important and unique that no one else could take your place. You are always loved and guided. You are always needed and wanted, even when in your external situation, your human senses tell you otherwise. Look inside your heart and feel that you matter. You may feel lost, unwanted, depressed. You may feel not understood, but at the core, you know that you matter. If you could only see yourself for what you truly are, you are incredible. You are beautiful. Be confident in knowing that you are loved no matter what. If you behave like an asshole, or if people around you treat you like shit, you are beloved no matter what. Also, see every other person with whom you have a relationship as being wonderful creation, just like you. It doesn't matter if it's your family member, your friend, your co-worker, your neighbor, or a person stuck in the traffic with you on the highway. Just remind yourself that all people, even the difficult ones, those that drive us mad and angry, we are all worthy of respect and love. It is easier to love or like a person who is nice to you, who behaves in a similar manner as you, and who doesn't stir up the negative emotion inside of you, who speaks kindly and who behaves positively. It's so easy to love them, to like them. It is much harder, though, however, to love, like, and even tolerate a person who pisses you off, belches nonsense in your face, behaves like a lunatic, like an immature and an obnoxious moron, evokes in you emotions of anger, disgust, frustration, blame, hurt, even hate. When you encounter such a person, do few of those things. First, ask yourself, God, source, universe, angels, higher self, whatever you believe in. Ask, why is that person in your life at the moment? Even if it is an aggressive driver cutting you on the road, honking at you and putting the middle finger up, you know what I mean? You can see him screaming in the car and he's just so mad. Why did such a person appear in your surroundings? Have you been cutting other people? Maybe not with your car, but when they speak, when they try to communicate with you and you cut them, you shut them out. Or when they are trying to do something, but you have an upper hand and you block them from what they are trying to reach for. Is anyone or anything happening right now in your life or at the moment where you are encountering such an angry driver? Is anyone or anything happening in your life that blocks you at the moment and causes you to rise your anger to the point of rage, just like the driver on the road throwing fists and screaming at you? Ask yourself this. Or for example, neighbor disturbing your peace or behaving in a way that makes you tense, angry, or defensive. How about your intimate partner disrespecting you or doing something hurtful? Or your children disobeying your rules? Maybe you're disobeying some other rules at that time. Or how about your client or patient that is being difficult, demanding, and even outrageous? Think deeply. Why is the person in my life doing this? How did I attract a person like that to my surrounding? Where were you emotionally in your life when they showed up? How did you contribute to them showing up? Ask yourselves those questions. Is my relationship with that person still necessary? And how can you overcome and transcend the problems that you are having in that relationship, or transcend the problems that you have somewhere else by understanding why this negative person showed up or acts negatively toward me at the moment? I hope it makes sense. Let me illustrate it with an example from my recent past. So I have moved to a new place after a breakup of my marriage. And I was looking for peace, quiet space, harmony after many stormy moments that led to my breakup. And I chose an apartment all the way down on the bottom of the building, as private as possible, surrounded by thick wooded area. I love it. My sanctuary. A place where I could hear only cicadas and birds, or rain and wind. I didn't even hear people walking up or down the steps, or cars honking or parking. I mean, total sanctuary, peace on earth. A place where I could just sleep soundly and find my peace. And then, a few months later, a new family moved right above me. Loud all the times, especially past 4 p.m. and way into the late nights. The woman was vacuuming at 10 or 11 p.m. Not was, is. Husband and wife verbally fighting till like 3 a.m. sometimes. And sometimes I heard a woman cry. And it sounded like there was something more than just verbal fight. Maybe it was a domestic violence going on. I don't know. The little child had no sleeping schedule, running around until midnight, sometimes even longer. Every footstep sounding like a herd of elephants lived above me. And I felt like crying. My sanctuary was no longer available to me. The loud fights and steps woke me up at nights. And I couldn't fall back asleep for hours sometimes. I was angry, I was exhausted, stressed. I was just stressed out, freaking out. But I was afraid to approach them to ask they keep quiet and stop walking at night. I was afraid to notify the administration because the neighbors above me would know who notified on them, who told on them. Because who else in the building hears steps or vacuuming or loud behavior other than the person living underneath them, right? I have a daughter to protect. So I decided I'm gonna buy earplugs. No help. A sound machine. So I bought sound machine. Finally, it did the trick, but I had to put it either ocean or thunder really loud next to my ears to mute what was going on above me. And when I was passing them on the parking lot, I was angry with them. I wish they moved away. I judged them and I blamed them. And then it hit me. Why a quiet person like me, a person who was searching for peace after leaving a stormy relationship, had such loud neighbors? I was asking for peace. Why didn't God give me peace? And then I ran into this quote from Dalai Lama. I quote, "Do not let the behavior of others destroy your inner peace." Peace is an inside matter. Regardless the outer circumstances, regardless of the storms going on outside, there is no place to escape to find peace. Peace is not some geographical location. It is inside of you all the time, if you choose it. You can sit inside the storm and feel completely at peace. When you ask for peace, you're not going to receive a plate with a piece laying on it. But you will receive something that will evoke the peace from within you. When you ask for strength, you will not receive strength. You will receive a situation in which you feel weak, so you can discover the strength within you. When you ask for a happy marriage, you will receive situations in which you can bring happiness to the relationship. So I decided I'm going to accept my neighbors for what they are. And I have as much right to tell them when to vacuum, walk, or fight as they have right to tell me what to do in my life, which is no right, correct? I send them love. I send them understanding and compassion. That's a young family with a young kid. During the COVID time, people don't have work, don't have means for money. They're struggling financially. They're struggling otherwise. Maybe that's what was happening. Maybe that's what is still happening. I don't know. And I hope they can work on their marriage and have a happy family. I don't wear earplugs anymore. And I listen to the sound machine only when I actually remember to turn it on for a couple of hours. And it shuts down automatically. I started sleeping soundly through the night. And even if I do wake up, I fall asleep right away. I hear them walk. And they still sound like elephants, but it doesn't bother me anymore. I found my peace, my inner peace. I have attracted those loud neighbors above me so I could learn that peace is not a quiet geographical location, but something inside of myself. Second thing that I want you to do is see those difficult people in your life that you're having problems with as blessings. I know. You're angry. Hear me say that. Blessings? Are you out of your mind, Ella? How can I see my controlling husband as a blessing? Or how can my stupid neighbor be a blessing in my life? Yes, I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out. Every person is your teacher. What is that person teaching you about yourself? Ask yourself this. Every person whom you meet in life is a mirror, and they enrich us with life lessons. We meet people that stay with us forever, and there are people whom we meet, they stay just a little part of time, and then we part our ways. And no matter how long they stay with us, their presence is significant because they are mirrors of what we are. They are reflecting us. Great. If they are nice and trouble-free, smiling and sending us positive vibes, you can think to yourself, yes, if this person is nice and positive and smiling and she reflects me, then that means I am nice and positive and smiling. All peachy, right? But when a person is difficult, annoying the crap out of you, resentful, yelling, and like a previous person is also a reflection of you. You may say, oh, hell no, I'm not like that. I'm not difficult. I'm not annoying. I'm not resentful or yelling. I'm not pain in the ass like she is. It is natural for a person to reject a reflection of those parts of you that you aren't willing to see. We have a diluted version of ourselves. We only want to appear nice and good and capable of and positive. We want others to see how wonderful and genuine we are. We even pretend with ourselves and reject that part of ourselves that seems dark. We not only reject and pretend that we are someone that we are not, but we repress that dark part of ourselves, not allowing it to come up to the surface. And we go on assigning only good parts to self. Then we meet those mean people and we judge them for being bad and mean, not realizing that they reflect to us part of ourselves that we are repressing. Yes, oftentimes it is in exaggerated form, but it's only so we can really reflect on a specific bad behavior that is within us. I know a person who says, I'm not going to the party because, well, let's say her name is Sally. So the person is saying, I'm not gonna go to that party because Sally is gonna be there. I hate her. She always looks at what other people are wearing. She gathers the snippets of things and then she gossips about everyone to anyone. Yet the same person that says those things about Sally is doing exactly the same things, but she just doesn't notice it. When she talks on the phone or in person, she describes what other people are wearing, what a person did or said, or how that person behaved. In one word, that person is gossiping, just like she notices Sally does too. So next time you think of what bothers you in another person, think, why does this bother me so much? Where in my own life I behave similarly? And work on yourself. This is why I say that you should treat those people that bother you as blessing in your life. They are your teachers, pointing out to you what you need to work on in yourself. They're giving you the valuable lessons. Don't try to change them. It's like standing in front of the mirror and explaining to the mirror, I don't like what I see. Well, if you don't like what you see, change yourself and your own behavior, and you will not be running into gossiping Sally anymore. She will attend different parties, and you will attract more positive people at the parties that you will attend from the moment that you change your own gossiping behavior. Instead of gossiping about people, you started talking about bigger ideas. Then you will never run into Sally again, because you will no longer attract her. I met with a great group of people for various occasions. And one guy had a joke about any topic that we discussed, making us all laugh. The gatherings were super funny and positive. And soon after, other people brought in their jokes, making our gatherings filled with even more laughter. We reflected my friend's sense of humor, because this is what he attracted. Thirdly, what I want you to do when you're dealing with difficult people, have compassion and understanding that this is a role that they play in your life at this very moment. It is their path. This is their level of consciousness, their level of awareness at this time. We all need to live our dharma, or life's mission, our purpose, our karma, whatever you want to name it. We all have soul contracts with other souls. Some of them play a bad guy in our life, right? Some of them play bad guy role in our life. It doesn't mean that they are bad guys. They play a specific role. Without their role, we would not be able to transcend our situation. We would get stuck and we would run in the circles. Their bad behavior toward us, their role serves us as catalyst for us to leap, like jump into a better situation, into an opportunity that presented itself, but we just not capable of grabbing it because of our fear, our doubt, or just blindness to this opportunity presenting itself. So, such a person plays a very important role. So have compassion and understanding for a person that has been a thorn in your life. Without that person, you would not be where you are today. Thank that person for being a pain, for hurting you. Forgive that bad guy. Thanks to that person, you are truly better off than you were before. I was a very young woman, unhappy with how my life was. I was making bad choices. I was disrespecting myself and others. I had a low self-worth. Even if I had one, I believe I had zero self-worth at that time. I didn't like what was going on in my life. And I didn't know how to stop destroying my life. I didn't know how to change it. I had no idea what to change it to. Zero vision of a better kind of life. I had no courage to reach for something higher because I didn't know anything higher. Until a person took a very painful advantage of me, made me feel like I hit a bottom. That moment I said enough. And in almost an instant, my life has transformed. I left job, home, things, and people behind in just matter of days, and started a new and a better way of living, respecting myself and others and growing from it. As a matter of fact, I had few leap jumps just like that in my life, and each time my life went to much higher level than it was before the jump. And each time right before making that new leap, I suffered because I encountered a person or a situation that hurt me at my core. But in the same time, that person or situation gave me strength and courage to make a change to a better and higher version of myself and my life. And I didn't understand it at first, why those bad guys or those terrible things happened to me. Now, I am so grateful for them that when I think about the role that they played in my life, their contribution to my growth, I am literally teary. My heart opens up with this huge gratitude for their involvement in my growth. They were my blessings, not my tyrants. They were my catalyst to reach a higher level. They didn't even know it. I have such compassion for all of them, and I thank their souls for agreeing to play a bad guy role in my life. Thank you all for those who hurt me. I'm so grateful because I am where I am today. And same goes the other way around, of course. If I was a bad guy hurting others, and in the past I behaved in a way that reflected my level of awareness at that time, I could not have behaved differently than my level of understanding at that time. And when I grew in understanding, as I reached my higher self and a higher level of awareness, my behavior changed. And I could never have hurt another person or behave in a way than I did before. I understood my mistakes. And now I don't feel shame, guilt, or remorse anymore. I was able to forgive myself and have compassion, because I understand that I too had a role to play in others' lives. And my bad behavior served as catalysts in their lives to help them reach a higher level. This kind of awareness helps you experience God's great and unconditional love, and see everyone as a blessing in your life, and see yourself as a blessing in life of others. We are all serving as channels of God or source's love that flows through our life into other people's lives. Have an open heart to giving and receiving that love freely. Only then you will be able to receive guidance as you try to resolve conflicts that you have with other people. You'll be able to understand your mistakes that you have made that contributed to any disharmony in your relationships with others. You'll be able to understand the mistakes of other people. Your open heart will reveal the steps to take to repair the damage that both of you caused in relationship. Your compassion will help you understand other person, heal from anger that you hold toward them, so you both can work on finding solution for the problems that stand between you. What I also want you to do is accept the lessons that you have learned from others. When someone hurt you in life, you need a strength to forgive those offenses. And you need a wisdom to set appropriate boundaries going forward. If your relationship with someone is broken and it is your wish, or if it is possible to reconcile, ask God or your own heart to guide you. And reconciliation doesn't mean going back to the way it was. It never means going back to what it was, because you'll find yourself with the same problems again. But rather, reconciliation is the transcending the problems that existed. It means to restore your relationship to friendly relations, to restore your relationship to harmony, and to make peace. My husband and I decided that despite the love that we shared, we just couldn't stay together the way that we were. For us, a divorce was the best alternative. And we didn't fight. We ensured that each one received a fair share of what we built together. We help each other stand as strong as possible as two separate entities, all the way until the divorce, and even past it. We don't owe anything to each other. We chose continuing friendship. And I could not accept how badly he treated himself when we were married. But as I no longer wanted to change his behavior and let him be free to behave however he wants, be who he chooses to be, I can love him unconditionally just the way he is, no matter what he chooses to do in his life. I set boundaries to protect myself. I have learned what I wish to accept in my life going forward. I have learned so much from him, and I will forever be grateful for his presence in my life. I will always be his friend, and I will always wish him the best that life has to offer. And finally, when you're dealing with difficult people in your life, you need to guard your heart, not close it. When you are hurt by others, you close your heart. You know, we build a wall around our heart. We close the door and throw away the key. We vow that we will never let anyone hurt us that way again. And we are on guard, and we do not want to take more risk. It doesn't matter if it was a friend who betrayed you, used or manipulated you, or a former intimate partner. We have been hurt, and it's hard for us to trust others. But this is exactly what we need. We need to trust God, the source, and ourselves, that we are able to attract to ourselves people that will be better for us going forward. We need a courage to take the risk necessary to build meaningful connection with others. We can take time healing, but we need to keep our hearts open to the love that we need to experience every day. Don't close your heart because you have been hurt in the past. Trust that there are no mistakes and that every person in your life is supposed to be there at the time that they are or were in your life. When you purify your thoughts and your feelings, you can make pure choices in your upcoming relationship, be it a friend or romantic partner. If you want to find a romantic partner after being hurt, trust that you are going to discover a good match to have a healthy and happy partnership. Trust that your love and that person's love will be used for a greater good for both of you and make a world a better place because of your relationship with each other. Love that person with your whole heart and don't hold back. I know it's hard. I've been struggling with this myself. When you love someone truly and you are hurt, you are afraid to love again. Make all the relationships in your life priorities in your life. And when they need your time and attention, sacrifice lesser pursuits so you can be there for them. You came here with nothing, and you will leave this world with nothing. You can have a palace made of gold. You can have the biggest plasma TVs in each room of your castle. You can have tons of money to travel the world and see everything there is to be seen and check off everything off your bucket list. But if you have nobody to share it with, no partner, no friends, you're distant with your children, you don't talk to your neighbors or coworkers because you alienated them, then is it really a great life? You may have hundreds of accomplishments and your wall may be just full of recognitions and diplomas. Your bank account may overflow with the excess money, but you have no peaceful relationship in your life. Can you truly be fulfilled? Happy? So calm down the disharmony with others. Heal your relationships and strengthen your connection with others. Thank you for your time. This is Ella Badura. And for more information, go to joyfulnewlife.com. I'll see you soon. Bye.